Hey beautiful souls, welcome to another soul chat. So today I want to break down the mind, the subconscious mind. Last week's soul chat we broke down the ego, we broke down the soul, we broke down the vessel, and we broke down certainty/faith. And so this week I want to talk about the mind, because that's primarily, I want to say, about like 95% of the time where we're living and where we're making our decisions. And the very first thing I'll say is that you, a spirit being, a energetic being, one that is soul, is not your mind. Your mind is connected to your body, right? Your vessel. And it's two separate entities, right? I explained last week in last week's soul chat that sometimes your soul is not even within your energetic field. Sometimes your soul travels and comes back, and it usually does that when it doesn't feel safe. Your mind is always in your body. Like, you can't separate. It feels like you can't separate yourself from your mind. I'll say it that way. And that's because we are so focused, and we have lived so much in the thought process of we're this body, right? And that thought process comes from our ego. So that programming of I am this body, I am everything related to this body is me, I am nothing more than this body, is all thoughts that come from the ego. And everything attached to this body, the way it looks, the way that we identify ourselves in terms of our skin color, our hair, all of these different things related to the body, is even like, if we have certain types of illnesses, we say, I have this illness, right? But there is separation, because you, who is soul, who is a spirit being, is just in this human body, in this human experience, in this lifetime. And so you are having a human experience, like your spirit is having a human experience, but you are not the body. Like, that is the first thing to really understand, and that takes a really long time. And you go back and forth between the realization of this as well. The best way to actually understand that is when you're sitting in like a breathwork routine, or you're sitting in meditation, where you can actually see the separation between you and the body. And that happens when you're actually like just observing your body, right? Sometimes like you can even take yourself out, like your soul travels out of your body, like it hovers right over, and can actually see your entire body. It can see what it looks like, how it's like laying there or sitting there. And that's the best way to understand that, like, if I'm able to have that observation, then I am something more than this body. And so I wanted to start off with that as a foundation of today's talk, because it's really important to understand that you are separate from your subconscious mind. So now let's try to understand what the subconscious mind is and what the mind is. So the subconscious mind, the mind, is nothing but this like computer, I'll say it this way, computer that is working off of programming, right? And it fires off. It goes one way and then another way. And like often in meditation and mindfulness, we say your brain is like a monkey brain. It'll go here and there and there. And when you're meditating, you can notice how your thoughts are going all over the place, right? That is like, and when you can actually like see your thoughts going all over the place, you're aware of it, like that brings your conscious mind into place. So there's two separate things that we'll talk about here. Your conscious mind is everything that you know, all your thoughts that are conscious, that are happening. Underneath that, there is a layer, which is your subconscious mind, where things are stored, things like dreams. So when you dream, it's coming from your subconscious mind. Even like certain trauma, certain like things that you've stored from childhood, they're all stored in your subconscious mind. Your biases, all of these things that are just like, might be dormant. You don't even know that it's there, but it's there. And from your subconscious mind, you are attached to these things that we call limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are nothing but thoughts or beliefs that you wholeheartedly believe in, but they're not true. And not only are they not true, but they stop you from moving forward. They stop you from doing the things that you may want to do. So perfect example, let's say that you are trying to achieve a goal, but you believe, or there is a aspect of you that believes that you can't achieve that goal, right? Your subconscious mind is holding on to these limiting beliefs that will stop you, literally stop you from even going forward. This could be related to fear, this could be related to doubt, this could be related to trauma, any of those things. And anytime you try to do it, it's like you're getting closer and then you fall back, and you're getting closer and you fall back. And these limiting beliefs and these like subconscious thoughts that are there, they're just running on a program, right? And so oftentimes, if we don't have the practice of actually observing them, it's just on autopilot, just like a computer sometimes in the background. Like if you think about your computer, right? There's things that are in the background. There's programming that's in the background that's operating your computer in the way that it needs to be. Like think about like all of the antivirus stuff that you have on there, just like the operating system itself, like to bring up the actual screen that you have. All of these things are happening in the background. It's the same thing with your mind. Your subconscious mind is operating in the background, and it'll push things to you related to what you're going through in your reality to remind you of whether you're going to stop or pause, or whether you're going to move forward. And a lot of times, if it's scared, and if there's doubt, it's really going to send signals through your entire body into your nervous system of this is not where we want to be. We need to either run away or fight this. We can't be here, right? And so it's important to understand these things, because when we're in the process of, just transforming ourselves or doing self-improvement or even a spiritual transformation, right? From a spiritual perspective, I want to say this is like, it's important to understand how everything in your body is operating, and then how your soul plays a part with it, because it's not about the body versus the soul, or the ego versus the soul. I talked about this last week. It's about, how do I bring it all into balance, but let my soul lead. Your soul doesn't want to fight with your ego. Your soul doesn't want to fight with your mind. Your soul is just trying to make you understand that you are a limitless being. You can do anything that you want to do, and your mind will bend to that. But you have to believe it first, right? So like, if we think about our subconscious mind and our mind, everything that's playing through it right now, all of the thoughts, is what's actually creating you to go in one direction, go in one path. But let's say you understand, let's say somebody's been lying to you. I'm going to explain it this way. Let's say somebody's been lying to you, and you've believed, you don't know that they're lying to you, right? Let's say somebody has been telling you this lie that you think is a truth, and you just go along with it, you believe it, and then everybody around you is telling you like so-and-so is lying, and like maybe you have doubts, but then you're like, no, I'm going to believe them, whatever. And then you find out that it was a lie from that person, right? All of a sudden, your belief changes. It may take you some time to believe that they're saying the truth, but all of a sudden, you understand that that truth wasn't the truth. It was actually a lie. And this is the same exact thing. So your soul is trying to teach you that whatever is in your subconscious mind, in your mind, is an illusion. It's a lie. You're not your mind. You're not your subconscious mind. You're not your thoughts. In fact, you're very much in control of it. You get to decide what you want to think and what you want to believe. You being your soul, right? And when you can understand that, and you understand that you're just a limitless being, and you can break and reframe all of the trauma and all of the thoughts and all of the things that you have believed for all of this time, that's when you start your healing journey, and that's when all of this transformation starts to happen. The second that you go through your healing journey, and you go through this spiritual awakening, and you start to go through your spiritual transformation, right? The second you start to go through all of that, and then you have a moment where you're like, no, I think whatever I believed before was actually right. This is all just not for me, because you're going to have those moments. You once again are at a point, a crossroad of deciding where you want to go, right? But in the end, you are always in the decision seat. You're always the one that is deciding what thoughts to put into play to create your reality. Your soul is helping you in the way of like, if there's certain things that you need to learn, your soul will keep creating with the universe, right? Like the soul is very much in harmony and in balance with the universe. So however, like your soul, your higher self, it's all the same thing, right? The universe. And it may be throwing things at you, that feel like really hard, but they're just lessons for you to break free from the chains of your subconscious mind. And so whatever is in your subconscious mind, like I said, can be reframed. And it will be reframed once you start your journey of healing. I've seen so many of my clients go through ridiculous transformation, okay? Just because they understand this one point, that whatever they are thinking can be changed at any moment in time if they're not okay with that thought. So if there's a thought that you have right now, or a belief that you have right now that's making you feel small or making you feel like just not good inside of yourself, right? It's time to examine that. It's time to examine those thoughts and be like, is this thought for me? Do I really believe this? Because if I don't, then I'm throwing it out the window. Goodbye, out the window. It's not for me anymore. I'm not taking it with me to 2026. I want you to make that resolution. I want you to make that contract, that soul contract with yourself of like, whatever my soul is leading me to, and whatever lessons or thoughts that are coming up that don't belong to me anymore, I'm throwing it out. I'm leaving in 2025. And in 2026, I'm moving on with this brand new excitement, this brand new energy of like, yes, I can do it. Whatever it is that I desire is already mine. And I just have to go on this journey of reframing and undoing the that was like done to me through the programming. And you walk on that path. And let me tell you, as you walk on this path, there will be moments where you feel like you're going back, like I said, but like you will be walking forward. So maybe one step back for five steps forward. And that's part of the journey. So don't like get like frustrated or discouraged when you're walking back, because walking back is also part of the journey. The entire journey is not just like you going through this like positive transformation. There's going to be ups and downs in the journey, but like the consistency is what's going to keep you moving forward. So I'm going to end it there, but so in the next few weeks, I'm going to be making a few more videos about like the foundations, because next year, 2026, I really want these soul chats to be a lot more deeper, and like if you've been watching them and if you've been interested in them, like I want you guys to really get into like the work. And you can really get into the work once you understand like the foundations of everything. So next few weeks I'll be posting some other videos of like other foundations, maybe some foundational spiritual laws, but for this week, this is it. From a spiritual perspective, your subconscious mind is connected to your ego, and also it is not there to fight against your soul. It is there to work with your soul, right? Your soul is there to teach your subconscious mind of the beliefs that it should be holding, for you to move forward, for you to move further into your soul path. And so I will talk to y'all soon. Peace, love, and light. Namaste.